Hello everyone and welcome to Final Fantasy II. We're doing the Pixel Remaster. I had such a great time with the first game, I thought, why not just jump right into the second one? Oh, now I know these characters already have names, but... up to 6? Okay, let's see. Will they fit? Alright, we have... Hannibal. Alice. Will it fit? Thelonious. And for this last one will be Maxwell. So if you saw my Final Fantasy 1 playthrough, we did the group from one of the D&D campaigns that I did for Noobs and Dragons, and so now we're going to do the characters from the other campaign. And I am going to try to keep them as close to their original classes as possible. So Hannibal will be a warrior type character, Alice will be a rogue, arcane trickster type character, and Thelonious will be our sorcerer. And then of course Hannibal's retainer Maxwell. doesn't really fit. He's just kind of a jack of all trades. A long-lived peace. Looks pretty good. Is at an end. So I did download a font to make things look a little bit nicer. Because the default fonts just it looks so cheap. The Emperor of Palamecia has called forth monsters and has begun his campaign for world conquest. Rebel army arose in the kingdom of Fynn to thwart the Emperor's plans. Text goes by pretty fast, actually. But the rebels' castle fell to an all-out assault by the Empire. Left with little choice, the rebels withdrew to the remote town of Altair. Board youths from Fynn also found themselves fleeing the Imperial forces. They had lost their parents at the hands of the Empire, but their escape wasn't over. Alright, clearly we can take these guys, no problem whatsoever. Thelonious has a little bit of the Final Fantasy 5 and 6 mobile port, like puffed out chest thing going on. Not terrible. Oh. I don't like our odds. Oh, you can get hit in the back row now? Oh. They don't even give me time to joke about how that's the end of the game, and see you all next time. Will he live? He will. I sense a strong life force within him. He should regain consciousness soon. We found them like this on the escape from Fynn, fallen from terrible wounds. By the time we brought them here, I feared it was already too late. His life is not in danger. This sigil will strengthen his life force. We should let him rest now. On the floor. Of course. We'd best be off to the meeting. I imagine they're already waiting for us. If the Empire is allowed to complete the dreadnought they're building in Bafsk, their attack will begin in earnest. We cannot sit idly by and watch. We must act. So already a lot more plot than what we got in Final Fantasy 1. Admittedly, this is not one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. Where am I? Maxwell. Alice. Thelonious. Where are you? You're alive. I thought you'd... I'm fine, Alice. Oh, it's not gonna play yet. You seem alright too, Thelonious, but wait, where's Maxwell? Princess of Fynn, save us, but Maxwell not here. I like that Thelonious is gonna talk like... yeah. Got kind of like caveman thing going on. Oh, sorry about that. See, don't worry, I'm sure he's okay. I held up a second because I wanted this theme to start playing and it didn't. So you've regained your strength, very good. Your life force is indeed strong. It was you who saved us, wasn't it? Thank you. Forgive me, your highness, but there's something I must ask of you. Please let us join the rebel army. I could never allow such a thing. You know nothing of battle. You would only be throwing your lives away. You should return to your homes. But we have no homes, not anymore. The Imperials attacked, and our parents... I am truly sorry, but that changes nothing. I cannot permit you to join our army. If you've nowhere else to go, you're welcome to stay here in Altair. If you know our password, you should be able to live here well enough. The password is Wild Rose, remember it well. So this is kind of a new thing for Final Fantasy II, is the keyword system. The Wild Rose is the insignia of the Kingdom of Fynn. It represents our hope for a flourishing future of strength and beauty. But what will become of Fynn now? I've heard that the Empire's captives suffer there in confinement even as we speak. Alice, your brother Maxwell is missing, is he not? It's possible that he's being held in Fynn as well. Fynn is far too dangerous to travel to now. The Emperor's beasts still stalk the streets. Gaining entrance to the city will not be easy. The man at my right is Minwu, the white wizard who tended to your wounds. Speak with him before you leave, he may be of some assistance. Alright then. Yep, we're using a PlayStation controller that apparently doesn't like to stay plugged in. See your destiny clearly. The future it holds seems closely entwined with my own. You will begin by journeying to Fynn. That is the first step towards realizing your fate. You've wasted no time using the password. Heed well the information it will bring you. You can learn much of value by listening. I offer you one more bit of advice before you depart for Fynn. Those who have fallen in battle can be revived at a sanctuary. Should one of you fall before you reach Fynn, go without hesitation to the nearest sanctuary. Not much else going on in here. So yeah, there's this keyword system, which is kind of neat because you can ask different NPCs about keywords. But in practice, it doesn't actually change much. Like, you basically just end up going down the list until they say something useful. I'm Paul, the greatest thief in the world. They've yet to invent the loot I can't burgle or steal. The Imperial coffers have kept my purse fat with gil lately. You do occasionally get something like this, where you get a little bit more flavor. I never steal from the rebels, you can be sure of that. My home was in Fynn too. I can even go home now that the Empire's occupied the city. My name is Gordon. I was once a prince of Kashwan. Now I am nothing but a coward. When my brother Scott fell in battle, I abandoned my kingdom and fled here. So you've asked to take up arms in the struggle. I'm so afraid Hilda will turn me away that I haven't even asked her. I've been stalling here. Just a spineless coward. Go ahead, laugh. I deserve it. Well, I mean, I can't laugh too much because she didn't want anything to do with us. Alright. So we need some equipment here. Alright, so for Alice, we're gonna go... I think we're gonna dual wield knives to start. That will almost certainly change as we go. Okay. Oh, that increased my evasion too? Is that because I had 2 or is that just... Oh, that's neat. I didn't know they did that. I like the better stat screen. Alright, we are going to... There we go. I think I'm going to swap their armor, actually. I already had. I have 2 leather armors? Why wouldn't they just equip it? That's weird. Okay. And then for Polonius, as a wizard, we're going to give him a bow, so he can actually attack from the back row. But I'd like to think of it as he's shooting a magic missile. I watched a Let's Play of, I think it was Final Fantasy III, and mages can equip bows in that one as well, and someone's like, oh, it's just, they're just shooting a magic missile. And I liked that. We will start Thelonious off with a Thunder spell. I think that's all I'm going to take for now. I started thinking that way myself, like I was playing Dragon Quest IX, and I gave my thief a shield. And it's like, well, how do I justify a thief using a shield? I mean, they technically can in D&D, but didn't really seem to fit with like the flavor, and I justified it as it's the uncanny dodge. We lose some evasion, but we get defense, and we really could use the defense. Alright, oh, and there we go. Okay, so Hannibal has sword and shield. Give him an axe, but he didn't really use axes. Alright. Fight a few battles and just see how things go. I kind of want to see how things are balanced. They've supposedly addressed, like, oh, we have a lot more MP than I'm used to. I think you normally start with 5. Oh, that's really handy, actually. Seeing like how much their skill went up for their weapons. So you level up very, very differently in this than you would in a normal Final Fantasy game. The more you use, say, swords, the better you become at using swords. What? Why is Thelonious able to be hit in the back row? I don't like that change. Normally, physical attacks couldn't hit anyone in the back row. The one positive to that change... Oh my god, Hannibal hit something. Is that now they can get hit points a little bit easier? Because it used to be the only way you got hit points. Oh, there we go. Sword, shield, knife leveled up. And Thelonious got MP and his magic stat went up. Now the magic stat actually increases how much MP you get after every... Weird way to do it, whatever. Every time it increases. There's another town. Alright, so now that we're up to level 2, we should hit better. Yeah, there we go. So we're already getting... Wait. Did the second attack... I need to see that again. Alright, we're gonna fight again. Did you attack one with one knife and then attack the other with the other? If so, that's awesome. Oh, it does! Oh, that's ridiculously good. How is Thelonious doing with spells? Not great. We'll do one more battle. How much money do we have? 264. I'd like to get some more armor before we moved on to the next area. I also haven't seen any stat gains. Kind of like to see how that works. So on top of your weapons kind of leveling up, more or less. Okay. So on top of that, you also gain individual stat ups. So attacking will increase like your strength, casting spells. House's knife leveled up. Honey, no stat gains. I also like some HP. Yeah, I kind of want to fight until, at least until we get some money or some stat ups. I'd really like some hit points. In the original NES version, you could also lose stats. I believe they've gotten rid of that in pretty much all future versions. So like if you attacked a lot, your intelligence would go down. Oh, there we go. So Alice's strength went up. Now that I don't believe has any sort of meter connected to it. Nope. So one thing I've noticed is it doesn't look like Alice and Hannibal are gaining any more proficiency with their weapons. Yep, so they've kind of maxed out. Ooh, another point of strength though. This is the village of Gatria. Finn is just over there across the lake. See? Let's heal up. So you'll notice one thing that we don't have in our group is a healer. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to keep that up the whole game. I'm going to try. Keep them as close to their original classes as possible. Be able to get away with just using items. Oh, potions are so much cheaper. So one of the catches is the way you normally would gain HP is to take damage. Now they fixed that from the GBA version on, where after so many battles, they would just automatically gain more health. Javelin is the strongest weapon available. Has the highest accuracy too. Wait, that's weird. Oh no, it's not. The broadsword is. Okay, that makes way more sense. Sorry, the microphone was in my way. I read that differently. I'd really like more than 20 hit points to move on. Maybe we'll go get one more spell. Ah. That is... That's cool. It was definitely neat to see the first time. I mean... I'm trying to think how that would actually work, like in a game of D&D. Not that everything has to go back to that, but since I'm using those characters... Oh, Hannibal. Oh, see, there we go. Okay, so every so many battles, they will get more HP, and that seems to be based on their stamina stat. The trick is, I now need to get Hannibal and Alice to get their stamina stat up, so that they'll gain more HP every time. One more strength. Thelonious gets some intellect. Yeah, we have 462. Let's get a spell. Get a spell and some potions. Okay, so get Thelonious the Thunder spell, and we will get Alice. What did I have? Can't think of this. I can't think of the cantrip off the top of my head, but it was a frost related one. So we'll go with that. Oh, we'll heal up. Nope. I did that. Felt like hundreds of times in Final Fantasy 1. So I did mention at the top of the video that this isn't one of my favorites, and I'll talk a little bit more about that probably in future videos. I don't necessarily, you know, don't want to cover all my conversation topics in one video. Especially since we could find ourselves grinding a bit. And Blizzard, cool. Alright, we got potions. Oh, here we go. Here's the battle. I'd really like to level up Thelonious' fire spell first. Then we'll move on to thunder. That's another thing. All your spells level up individually. So your fire spell only gets better by casting it over and over again, but then your other spells aren't getting better. Oh, Thelonious is fire leveled up. Oh, Alice, because we attacked twice, Alice got proficiency towards daggers. Fire leveled up and some more MP in magic. Oh, we got quite a bit of money too. So it seems like every enemy drops its own like individual amount of money. Attack. Oh, so fire leveled up, so we'll switch to lightning. Oh no, I almost don't. Oh, there we go, we missed. I almost want to like drag these fights out as much as possible so I can get that weapon proficiency. Yeah, look, Alice is almost level 4. Well, this is, isn't going to help anything. No stat ups, nothing. I do like that the enemies drop, like all their drops are individual. Because I felt like money was a little hard to come by. I'd actually played a little bit of the NES version somewhat recently. Just because I kind of wanted to see how it was, you know, in its original form, like how it was intended to be. You know, I'm trying my best not to like cheese the game. Which, like every version before this one, there was a glitch, and I'm pretty sure they fixed it in this one, where you would like select attack, back up, select attack again, like over and over again, and each time you selected the attack command, it acted as if you'd actually done that in combat. Supposedly that's been fixed in this. Yeah, it's looking like it is. Which is fine, because it was really easy to get stupidly overpowered, and then combat just didn't matter anymore, and it felt like a waste of time. More strength for Alice, which I would argue is good. But the fact that she can kill multiple things in one turn is actually working against us. I'm curious to see if I can use my other leveling method that I used to do. I'm not gonna try it now. Oh, it's just as we've heard, the city is crawling with Imperial soldiers. We have to be careful, make sure not to get too close. So that's letting you know if you talk to those Imperial soldiers, you're gonna get attacked. And they are really strong and will probably kill you. But with a little bit of grinding, you can get strong enough to take one out. And then what I would do is equip one person with 2 shields, put them in the front row, put everyone else in the back row, because characters in the back row can't hit with melee weapons. So it would still count as them attacking. Oh, HP, more HP, and some strength. Like some stamina, but we need to actually get... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Went too far. Whoops. So because of that, you would never actually kill those knights. And those knights are actually like a pretty high rank enemy, especially this early in the game. There's a really easy way. I keep forgetting poison doesn't last after battle. Yeah, just a real easy way to level up a lot of your weapons and spells. Spells not so much, because spells can at least hit from back there. On top of that, though, it would also increase like your strength and stuff like that. So that was cool. It's cool, guys. I've got this. Just like the show. anyone who didn't see the Final Fantasy 1 playthrough, these characters are from a show called Noobs and Dragons, where one of my friends takes me and 2 others through our first Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Oh, Thelonious is Thunder leveled up, and he's a little bit smarter. Don't remember that happening in this show. Whoa, where do you think you're going? Customers aren't allowed behind the counter. These Imperials are as ill-bred as they come. Have you heard of the Wild Rose? Aha, you're with the rebels. You'll find a secret door in this wall. There's a wounded soldier back there. Go see if you can help him. What am I gonna do? I've had it with this place. You guys can take it from here. Don't let us down. Later. Ooh, treasure. Ooh, potion. More potions. Are you going to turn me over to the Empire? At least have the decency to kill me first. I don't want them to take me alive. Have you heard of the Wild Rose? So, you're rebel soldiers, are you? My name is Scott. I am a prince of Kashwan. Prince Scott, we were told you fell in battle. Thank goodness you're still alive and look to be in great shape and will totally be alive in the next 20 minutes. I am, but not for much longer. I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. There's something you must tell my brother, Gordon. Tell him I know he has great strength. He must learn to have more faith in himself. I also have a message for the king. Tell him the reason Finn fell so quickly is that Count Borgin betrayed us. He's been made a general in the Imperial Army. There's one more thing. Tell Hilda that I love her. No, don't deliver that last message. Just the other 2. The confessions of a dying man, they would only bring her pain. Or make her feel better, one of the 2. My brother Maxwell, have you heard of him? Sorry, but I've not. I wish I could be of more help. Here, I want you to take my ring. I'm sure it will be of use. It's all this talking, but I've grown extremely tired. If you'll excuse me, I just need to rest, just for a little while. See when you wake up. Oh. That's such happy music, and a man just died. That's another thing. I mean, this game is, for its time, pretty dark. It definitely didn't, I don't want to say dark, but it definitely didn't shy away from heavier topics, I guess is how I'd put that. Alright, we will head back to Finn in the next episode. I hope you guys are looking forward to the series. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments. We do have a Discord if you haven't joined already. I promise I'll put a link in there that actually works this time, assuming I remember to put a link in at all. But so yeah, consider coming in and hanging out with us, talking some RPGs. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.